open spaces, exactly how our eagle is doing today. He's using a little bit of breeze, a little bit of lift to get a little bit of height. And that's what eagles are all about in the wild, because height means you've got the best vantage point to look for your prey using your pin-sharp, accurate eyesight. And these birds in the wild, the steppe eagle likes to hunt a small mammal, a ground squirrel, known as a suslik. Don't worry if you've never heard of a suslik. I've spoke to people for the past 18 months doing this demonstration. I've only met one person in that time who's heard of what a suslik is, but you can think of a squirrel crossed with a meerkat. It's kind of somewhere in between and a little bit bigger. But a steppe eagle is also a migratory species of bird of prey as well, so they will migrate from the steppes of Russia, would you believe it, all the way across to eastern and southern parts of Africa. And they take on this migration every year to winter and also to breed, and these birds will of course waste quite a lot of energy doing that, or use up quite a lot of energy on that migration. About a third of their body weight is gone by the time they finish that migration to Africa. And that's even by using some energy efficient ways of flying. And that's what eagles are all about. They're trying to be as energy efficient as possible. And you can see that with our steppe eagle today. The hard bit about being a bird is when you have to flap your wings. If you watch our eagle now, because he's using that breeze, count how many flaps he does when he's up there in the air, and how long he's just keeping his wings either side of his body. They're fixed out there because all he's doing is using those breezes just to soar and glide around. Now, to give you an idea of how big this bird is against other species of eagles, he comes out, and I heard a few people then, it's like, wow, look at that, it's an enormous bird, it must be like the size of the golden eagle. And he's definitely not the size of a golden eagle, he's probably about half the size. This bird weighs in just under 6 pounds in weight, the female golden eagle anything up to 12 pounds in weight. So he's what we call a fairly medium-sized eagle. But just look at that. That is worth, I think, the entrance fee alone today, isn't it? To see an eagle soaring in an open blue sky, which we arranged for you today, it's just absolutely stunning. He's not using any energy at all, scarcely a wing beat, just to hang in the air, surveying hundreds of miles of terrain in the wild just by using this exact same flight. Stuart's given me the thumbs up, which means he's going to put a bit of food on the post. Look at this. The complete change in wing shape. He's tucking his wings behind his body. He's stooping out of the sky. Landing gear comes down and onto the post. And he's going to go again. He's doing it again. That's beautiful. So you can see immediately, as soon as there's food available in the wild, the eagle chooses to change shape. This huge, great big eagle with a 5.5 foot wingspan can tuck those wings behind their body to allow them to fall out of the sky with style. And it is that stoop that tends to take their prey by surprise. The faster you can come down, the easier it's going to be to try and find your food. Now, you might also notice that in the sky we've been joined by a couple of corvids as well. It's at this time of the year we're finding that the corvids are getting a little bit more boisterous. And so they're coming in a little bit just to give our eagle a bit of a hard time. A few of you might be familiar with this, seeing this with buzzards in the wild. It quite often happens. And it's because they recognise Harriet is a bird of prey. You can potentially eat them if you really wanted to. But corvids are also very, very clever. If you notice, those corvids will very seldom go underneath this bird. They will try and stay above him, and also they tend to come in 2s, or 3s, or 4s, or 5s today. Harriet's got his work cut out up there today, hasn't he? Just trying to steer clear of those. So, he's keeping an eye on everything that's going on. He's also trying to work out how on earth he's going to get away from those corvids that are being very annoying at worst. He's coming over the top of us as well, keeping an eye on that centre first. That's essentially his dinner plate there, right in the middle of the arena. So keep your eyes on the eagle, because that's the bit we want you to watch. Ignore what Stuart is doing, waving his arms around trying to get the attention of our eagle, because that's where we want to be looking. Again, absolutely effortless flight from this bird, slightly harassed by all of the crows that are around him. Just gorgeous. We also have ravens that live and nest here as well. The 2 or 3 tallest trees that you see at the bottom of the meadow here is where we see our ravens living and nesting on a yearly basis. Absolutely awesome birds. Look at that. Now this bird is incredibly fit. As I say, I've only known him for the past year or so. Stuart's known him almost since he was an egg. So the relationship between the two of them is pretty strong. So Stuart can always sort of see what Harriet's thinking, what he's doing, giving him a chance to train him that little bit better. And so he's gone from literally flying from one place to another at the start of this season to flying like this, flying like an eagle should fly in the wild. And that's what we're all about here, really, at the Hawk Centre Doncaster. We don't really want to show you birds doing what they wouldn't be doing in the wild, because they're pretty much no good at that. They're always going to be best at what they're built for doing, of course. And for an eagle, it's exactly this. What's he going to do now? Is he going to have a look? He's still building height. I think the record for this bird is about 700 or 800 feet up in the sky, at which point he is just about a speck. You take your eyes off him, and he will just disappear. You can't see him at all. And part of the way we know that is because sometimes we'll put a little piece of equipment onto his equipment on his legs, and that's called an altimeter. Obviously, of course, we can tell how high the bird is going. And if we should feel a little bit worried that he's going to not come back, then he's also got a radio transmitter on his tail as well. That tells us roughly where he is on a daily basis. He's looking like he might want to come in now. If those crows go away, it'll be much easier for us. He's coming in. Okay, so he's tucked his wings behind. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God, I've got goosebumps. Look at that. Oh my God. Oh, he pulled out. He pulled out. He's coming in for a second go. Oh my God. Fantastic. All the way into the post. Stuart picks him up to a nice big chunk of chicken. And that was Harriet, everybody. Our absolutely incredible steppe eagle. I kid you not. There is nowhere else in the United Kingdom you can go and see a steppe eagle flying like that. They are notoriously lazy as a species, so to have him flying and soaring like that over open country in open blue sky is just simply breathtaking. And it's taken an awful lot of work to get him there, so it's very rewarding to see him fly like that. Now I don't know whether you can see, he's on the end of Stuart's arm now having great big chunks of food. Can you see his wings are all dropped over? He's kind of fighting Stuart a little bit, going, this is mine, this is mine. He's very possessive over food. Eagles tend to be a little bit like that. They want to make sure that it's theirs. And they know full well that if there's any mention of food, Stuart will try and steal it from you. So just keep that in mind if you are eating your snacks this afternoon. That was Harriet, our beautiful steppe eagle, and Stuart. Well done. Amazing. Amazing. And say, always nice to see a bird that you've seen from really young stage, from doing practically no flying at all, to flying as beautifully as that. It's a real eye-opener. I don't know whether you